the art, I knew you as an artist many years ago. 20, 30 years, I don't even know, but I've known you for a long time. And I knew you purely as an artist in those days. And when I look at your blogs, not only are the words amazing, but I'm constantly amazed at the artwork that you put into the blog. And I think, oh my God, this woman has been so creative. I mean, I've never seen any image twice. It's like you have done so much artwork in your life of all different kinds, painting and sculpture, and well, you can tell me better. But so how did you get started in the art world?
Well, it was the only thing that I really wanted to do and knew how to do really well. My dad was the primary supporter of my talent always. He was an industrial designer, like a really, really good one. And he taught me how to use big power tools and make my way safely around his workshop. And that was pretty much our relationship. It was kind of silent, but it was him teaching me how to trust my own creativity. And from a really young age, I did trust my creativity. And
what a gift that was for
that
your
was
father.
He never asked me, when I showed him my portfolio to start looking at colleges, he never said, I told him I wanted to be a textile designer, which I did at that point, and he never said anything like, well, if you go into graphic design, you'll make a lot more money. He never said anything like that. He let me follow my muse, and you're right, that was a huge, huge gift. And, I think he was the one that really helped me begin my quest for living an authentic life. I've never known how to do anything other than be an artist, and which has gotten me in a lot of trouble sometimes because I never, I had a few, other jobs besides being an artist, but I was so bad, so bad at them. And living as an artist is a very precarious existence. There are a lot of times that I went without, and I had no idea how I was going to support myself. And but one thing that I never gave up was I never decided to do a particularly successful painting or style, or if something was selling really, really well, I could not keep doing that same thing just to get the money. I had to keep moving forward. And now, as a writer, it's pretty fascinating to me that my creativity is segued so smoothly into writing. But I look at what you're talking about, all those. Well, for people that haven't looked at my blog, I post an image of a piece of work that I've created sometime in my career to augment what I've written. And sometimes I think it looks a little schizophrenic, all the different things in media that I've worked in, but there's always a thread of pushing forward, like into territory that I am unfamiliar with. And that very quality has served me incredibly well in this health challenge of keeping on. I have the fortitude and interest and desire to keep pushing forward into territory that is unfamiliar. And because I have primary progressive MS, which means instead of getting instead of getting like an attack that kind of comes and goes, which most people do with MS. My physical decline has just been a slow, gradual decline instead of a lot of ups and downs. So it's a very insidious thing. It's new territory. You know, it comes pretty quickly. All of a sudden I realize I can't. Like this morning I was trying to put hair gel on and I couldn't use my right hand to open the tin that the hair gel came in, and that was the first time that it happened. And so it was like a little deaths all the time. But then, you know, I see what happens after those little deaths. Like somehow I make it through, and there's some kind of glowy thing on the other side, and it keeps happening like that. And
I'm just amazed. I'm just having this epiphany now about the direct correlation between your artist world and how you're dealing with the chronic disease. If you had trained yourself, which it sounds like you did, to be constantly open to new challenges and bored with the status quo, and in a way that explains to me, this is the first time I'm realizing this, your attitude in your dealing with your MS. Because, not to say that it's all fun and games, I'm not implying that at all, but you have trained your mind to be open to new possibilities.
I have, and I'm starting to realize this fairly recently too, that I have these skills. They're skills that I learned as a creative person that are making a life, like a thriving life as a woman with MS, viable. It's kind of amazing to me too.
I just got goosebumps. It is amazing.
It really is amazing. To me too. I know how to traverse this territory. It is not a total desert to me. I know how to do this.
Wow.
Sometimes I forget and I get really depressed and I lose the thread, but then somehow it comes back.
Kathy, that is so amazing. I think perhaps this is a good place to end for today. What you just said is huge, and I hope that it comes across as profound as what I just heard it as. Because this deep training that you've done all these years is what's really sustaining you today, and I find that amazing.
It was helpful to say that out loud too, because I've just been rolling this around. So thanks for the opportunity for that.
Well, thank you for this session.
This was fun.
Yeah.